Who's leading the Commonwealth Games and which team has already booked a seat in the semi-finals? Who will host the World Cup in 2025 and who made a shocking retirement announcement? This is the weekly briefings on Women's Quick Zone and I am Chandni. I've got a lot of interesting news for you this week, so let's hear it all. India to host World Cup 2025 while England and Bangladesh will host the T20 World Cups. The International Cricket Council has approved Bangladesh, India, Sri Lanka and England as host countries for ICC women's events between 2024 to 27. India will host the World Cup in 2025, Bangladesh the T20 World Cup in 2024, while England will see the 2026 T20 World Cup. Lastly, Sri Lanka will host the ICC Women's T20 Champions Trophy in 2027, but this is subject to Sri Lanka qualifying for the event. ICC has given a nod to the Indian subcontinent owing to the potential growth and viewership in the region. Basically, it is building and deepening a connection with over 1 billion fans. The 2025 World Cup will have a similar structure to this year's World Cup, where 8 teams will be competing in 31 matches. The 2026 World Cup and the 2024 T20 World Cup will see 12 countries participating in 33 matches. The Commonwealth Games update. Australia survived Renuka Singh Thakur's spell in an opening match and then took a seat to the semis in the next. The opening match between Australia and India was super exciting. High scores, some meteoric knocks, and of course it was raining wickets. The match had it all. India made 154 runs in 20 overs led by skipper Harmanpreet's 52 runs and Shefali Verma's 48. Jess Johnson picked up 4 wickets. Yet Ashley Gardner played a match-winning knock with an unbeaten 52, and then there was a brutal cameo by Grace Harris which took Australia past the finish line. Followed by this spectacular show was King's wizardry taking Aussies past the semis. In the second match, Australia cruised past Barbados with much ease. Alana King's unbelievable spell of 4 for 8 helped Australia win by 9 wickets and book a seat into the semis. India get the first Commonwealth Games win after Mandana's 50. The India-Pakistan match was a crowd favourite and the players gave the Indian audience just what they wanted, a match to remember. Pakistan put on 99 runs on the board, while the Pakistani batters fell prey to Sneha Rana and Radha Yadav, who picked up 2 wickets each. When the girls in blue walked onto the field, Smriti Mandhana with her 63 not out, and Shefali Verma completed the job in 12 overs, winning by 8 wickets. Now talking about the least experienced team in the tournament in Group A, Hayley Matthews and Kaisia Knight made their big match experience count as Barbados won their first ever match on international stage by 15 runs versus Pakistan. Both Matthews and Knight scored a half century, putting Pakistan's Nidadar's efforts in vain. Talking about Group B, New Zealand registered their first win thanks to Bates' masterclass. Suzie Bates' unbeaten 91 runs saw New Zealand beat a strong South African side. Bates, supported by Sophie Devine's 48, put up a competitive 167 runs on board. South Africa tried, but Devine bowled too well, picking up 3 crucial wickets, and eventually South Africa fell short by 13 runs. Sophie Eccleston and Alice Capsey saw England overcome the Sri Lankan side to bag their first win. Now this match was a close one. Batting first, Sri Lanka put up 106 runs on board because none of the partnerships really blossomed, as the English bowlers kept the pressure growing throughout. When England came on to bat, openers Daniel Wyatt and Sophia Dunkley looked like they would complete the innings soon. But Oshadi Ranasinghe and Inoka Ranvire had other thoughts. They took 5 wickets between the both of them. Finally, 17-year-old Alice Capsey played a mature knock to avoid any other major scare, taking England to a 5-wicket victory. Deandra Daughton announces retirement from the national West Indies team. Yes, I can hear your shock. 31-year-old West Indies all-rounder and T20 world champion Deandra Daughton has decided to retire from her national side. Daughton said that this announcement has come after much contemplation. She has grown as a player physically, mentally and emotionally over the past 14 years, because of which she is no longer able to adhere to the team culture and the team environment. She feels that she has no fire left within her, nor does she have the inclination to reignite it. Daughton has played over 250 matches for the West Indies with 6,000 plus runs and over 130 wickets to her name. Jersey Cricket announces strategic plan for 3 years. Jersey Cricket has a 3-year plan in place to create a high-performance hub on the island and develop future jersey cricketers, all with the aim to build a national team. The key objectives of the plan is to meet the ICC's requirement of 8 domestic teams in 2023 that will give Jersey an entry ticket to the ICC World Cup pathway tournaments from 2024. Well, we wish them all the very best in this endeavour. That ends this week's updates. Do catch the Commonwealth Games because the tournament is getting exciting as we get closer to the finale. Next week, I shall be back with all the news about that. Until then, think positive and be happy.